Hey guys, Flat Tire Mike here. I'm out on a little brookie stream today. As you can see right behind me, that is acid mine drainage. Pretty nasty stuff. So right here is pretty much the end point of where I caught native brookies in this stream before. And as that thing goes down, it gets that drainage and a few other ones that go into it, which gets pretty nasty. Now with logging, this is a little bit different stream than what I showed you before with the logging. But this stuff really makes me nervous for this stream. Let me focus. There's no canopy on that side. And then there's all these logging roads that are coming down. It really makes me nervous for this stream's future, because without the canopy, it's going to warm up. With all those logging roads, that's going to mean mud and everything else is going to wash down. I'm going to be taking some pictures of this one and letting DEP know that they literally cut right up to this stream. So again, you know, nature can help itself rebound, but sometimes man's damage is too hard. So we're gonna fish a little bit and see what we can catch, and we'll get back at you. All right guys, first fish on the board, and it happened to be a holdover rainbow trout. Got to get a good look at him here. Pretty guy, but he does not belong in this stream right here. Club stocks the upper end, and I don't like these guys in here competing with the brook trout for food. So unfortunately for him, he's coming home, and I would not fret to think that I'm going to pick up a few more of these dudes. Now he's a beautiful rainbow. I mean, he almost looks wild, but I know that he is a holdover from that club stocking. So we'll get him taken care of and hopefully pull a brookie out of the same hole. So we'll keep you posted. If you look at this stream, it looks awfully low, and you can see how the sides of the bank where the stream should be at. And I noticed that when I came in, and I couldn't figure out what was up. I'm like, it's not that low. I mean, the stream should have good water, you know? So now I'm looking at the sides of the stream. Okay, there's no buffer on this at all. Got this logging road coming down, okay? All that erosion, everything, and then there's one above. It's all gonna come down here. But then this is the worst. They cut these trees, and they probably just pushed them with a skidder or something. They made this big log jam, right? So what that did, look at this. And I bet you that hole right there is probably loaded with fish, but that is not good for this stream. I cannot see any way, shape, or form that having this big pool of water with zero canopy above it in the summer is going to be healthy for this stream. Right now, I bet you I'll probably pull a few fish out of there, and it'll be cool for the moment. But fish trying to come up and spawn are going to have this big obstacle to deal with. And then that water is going to warm up in the summer because there's no shade above it. And it'll act just like a big hot tub. And as it goes down through this, no more cold water down that way. So I'm definitely going to be hitting up DEP about this one, because I don't feel that this was a legal way to do this. And if you see stuff like this, maybe it was, maybe I'm wrong, but you're not going to know unless you contact somebody about it. This changed the whole makeup of that stream down there. I did not pick up one native brook trout down that way, and normally I probably would have caught 5 or 6 at least. So be on the lookout for this kind of stuff, guys. And then you got that litter there, which is not even, you know, don't even have to mention that. That'll be coming home with me. But this kind of stuff drives me nuts, man. We have wonderful, beautiful trout streams in Pennsylvania, and then this stuff happens to them. So it is what it is, I guess, for now, and I'll leave it up to the Department of Environmental Protection to do what they see fit. So now we're on the upper side of that pool, which there should be some more brookies in there. I didn't catch one. But if you look at the edges of this, look at this mud and this erosion and these leaves. Look at my boot. That's 8 to 10 inches of mud right there. All caused by them just dropping trees and not caring where it's going. Now, like I said, I'm going to grab that litter, but I wanted to fish this first without spooking anything. But look at this. This is why I'm so afraid for this stream's future. All that mud. And pretty soon, all that's going to do, it's going to keep pushing farther out into the stream. You can see how far it is now. Keep pushing out there, pushing out there. Whole thing's just going to be a slow, muddy bottom pool. So something hopefully can be done with this. It's not a very good sight to see on one of your favorite brook trout streams. Alright guys, we got our first native brookie of the day. Look at that guy. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Now he wasn't down in that muddy mess of a hole down there. He was up in the headwaters. So let's watch this once. I just wet my hands. You can see he's still a little feisty. Reach in there, touch him nice and easy, turn him on his side. See how that fish just calmed down? That's exactly what I was talking about. Let him go. Now if I would have had my phone on camera mode, you see how I tilted him back? As soon as I did that, that fish stopped moving, click, let him go. It's all the more that that fish was on there. Now my streamer fell out of his mouth as soon as I put him in the net, but that was awesome. And he was right up in this lower water. I just flipped my streamer up there and twitched it a few times, and I actually got to watch him come down and grab it. Hooked him, 1-2 second fight maybe, lifted him up, put him in the net, recorded. So you can see what I was telling you in that podcast, it works. You know what I mean? You hold him in the net, he calmed down. I wet my hand, gently put it under his side, lifted him up and turned him backwards, and he went right out. Just, when I say out, I mean like he just calmed right down. For that perfect, you know, if I'd had that on camera mode, would have been a perfect shot. Now this is just the streamer I'm using. Just lead eyes, so it rides like this in the water. White, no, it's all muddy from this sediment that's filling in because of that hole. But nice little brook trout on a size 12 lip splitter hook there. And he went right into the net. Right out of the net. The streamer fell out when he was in the net. So that's what I wanted to show you guys, is what I was talking about. I wasn't just making that up. It works, and you can definitely help these fish out by not keeping them out of the water. We're going to keep fishing and see if we can't catch any more. Alright guys, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I typically fish these brookie streams. Now this canopy is gone because of the logging, but typically you just have a heavier fly like this lead-eyed streamer, and you're just flipping it up there like this, and you're twitching it as it's rolling down through the hole. Just twitch it a few times. I don't know if you could see it or not there. You're just bouncing it off the bottom, twitching it nice and easy. Now we're going to move up a little bit to that, where that tree is. See that big rock there? There's slow water on the back side of that. Sometimes they'll hang out over there. So twitch it out there, twitch it down through the run, and all I'm doing is just bouncing it off the rocks. Lifting my tip up. Now this water is clear and I can see. That just means they can see me. So some streams, a lot of people say I'm nuts for using a 10-foot rod, and some streams I would say I would be nuts. But on this particular stream, there's not a bad canopy. I can reach out there like this and not spook those fish when I cast. I got one up. I'm sitting here watching through my viewfinder. He'll probably hit again, we'll see. I didn't really set the hook on him at all. Oop, missed him again. But you can see how effective that 10-foot rod can be just for your reach. We're gonna get him on this one. There he is. Ooh, that's a nice fish. Nice brookie. Big brookie, actually. Holy rip. See if I can net him one-handed. Haha, we got him in there, guys. Put him back in that water. That is a really big brookie for this stream. So I'm going to get him out of this mud and stuff, and we'll get a nice picture of him. But I just wanted to show you can use a 10-foot rod on these small streams. Alright guys, same hole. Beautiful, beautiful rainbow trout. Now like I said, he's a holdover. He really should not be in this stream, in my opinion. I love, like you saw that nice native brookie I got. That was a big brookie for this stream. But he's competing with these guys, and look how big his belly is. Now he's gonna come home with me. We're gonna eat him. But like I said, I don't like seeing on tiny streams like this, trout being put in on top of them. Beautiful native trout in there. Look at that last brookie I caught. Now, I'm not gonna lie. That is one heck of a beautiful rainbow trout. He really is. He just does not belong here, so we're gonna take him home with us. We got two. I'm hoping to get one more on this stream. Help those brookies out. Give the kids lunch. Well guys, I just picked up another little brookie. I took him off and he was small enough that he fell out the holes of the net. I actually missed a nice one in there, and I think I'll get him again, and there's a hole up above here that looks really good now. This is probably my little favorite stretch of this particular stream I'm fishing this morning, so we're gonna keep going and see what we can get into. I haven't picked up any more rainbows, which is nice, but I imagine in some of these pools there'll be one, which is gonna lead me to a tough decision. If I catch that third rainbow, am I gonna keep him and end my day? Or am I gonna keep fishing and try to catch a couple more brookies first? So we'll see what happens with that decision. So we'll come across that if we get another one. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to jig my little streamer down through this pool here. It's pretty productive. I actually missed like 4 fish out of that nice little flat water there. So I'm hoping there's probably a nice fish in this. We're gonna try this real quick here. One-handed. Just jigging her down through. There he is. Nice brookie. Sorry for the shaky camera work there, guys, but look at that beautiful brook trout. My gosh, and that's all I'm doing. Just jigging that streamer down through. It already fell out of his mouth. I'm gonna get a quick picture of this guy and let him go. Alright guys, you just saw me pull that real nice brookie out of there. We're gonna try it again. Now, like I said before, some people are like, you're nuts using a 10-foot rod on water like this. But this canopy isn't that bad. You know what the canopy is gonna be like. This rod can be very beneficial. You see how far I am away? They can't see me right now. We're gonna try to get up a little higher in that headwater there. Bring it right down through. Keep in contact with my fly. Nobody home. And now what I realize most of the time, say you pick up 3 or 4 little guys back here, that means there's a nice one up there. 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. We're gonna try this again. And we're gonna move up, walking up the bank here. But that last fish was, that's what I'd consider a big brookie for this stream. Let it sink a little farther. And I'm hitting off the outside of that faster water there, if you could tell. So now we're gonna take one step up, just maybe 1.5 step up. And we're gonna hit as close as we can up to that edge of that little rock there, because they're slow water. They'll lay under that, and they'll watch that stream coming out. So we're just gonna nice and easy come down through, bounce it a little, twitch it. That brookie picked it up right towards the back of the hole, and I imagine he followed it in. But 9 times out of 10, he was the only fish in there because he's aggressive, he's big. He'll push the other ones out. Now you might pick up a few on the backside seams and stuff, but oop, I had a hit there, but I was tangled up in that tree. We're gonna keep moving and keep filming. Came up to another section here. That hole up above, you see that rock coming in? That's where I catch probably the biggest fish from this stream. It's perfect for them. We got a hole right here, and then right here we got some water that I would bet money there's probably gonna be a brookie in here, so we're gonna try this again. Make sure my net is free. So we're gonna hit that slow edge first. Let it sink, twitch it. Bring it through slow. There he is. Oh, missed him. Felt like a good hit there. Try it again. And all I'm doing is just lobbing that streamer up into that hole and twitching it. Sometimes in that slow back end, they'll come out of the main hole and follow it and then hit it back there. So don't think you have to be in the super deep part to get one. Fish the faster water. But mainly you want to look at that rock in the fast water. There's a little pocket. I'll try to hold my fly above it. Right there. That's your money spot. It's slow. They'll sit there and watch the faster water for food. They don't have to expend energy, and they just come flying out and hit stuff. Oop, had a bump. Now it's tough. I mean, there's little branches I'm tipping off of and stuff, but you just want to keep in that slow water and bring it back to you. And they'll come out of that slow water and hit it. Now right in here is where they were hitting it before. But now we have this rock on this side, we're gonna put a drift right up above it and drift it in front of it and maybe see if there's one hiding underneath the rock. There might have been a snag there. Same thing again. We're just twitching it down through. Now, this really isn't your traditional fly fishing. I'm not even roll casting. I'm just kind of, I want to say they call it dapping. You're just dapping the streamer in. But what else are you gonna do? There's no way you can cast in here. So I'm just letting that sink down and twitching it a little bit, bouncing it over rocks. Giving that little streamer some life. So we're gonna, now see how this bottom is. See that gravelly area? You do not want to walk in there. So you walk from rock to rock to rock to rock to the bank, so you're not disrupting the stream bed. Pulled out another beautiful little native brookie. Put him back in. There he goes, right back under the run. Now when you see a pool like this, you just get excited. I missed two. I caught that guy. You can see I'm way back here. I just got a beautiful snow starting. This is the stuff that I live for, man. Like, those fish are here, they're around. Now it's probably a little tough to hear me because of the water, but why I kept those two rainbow trout was that fish right there. Like, why put them in here? We have these beautiful native fish, tiny stream. There's not a ton of food in here, so you put those rainbows in, what are they gonna do? A lot of people will say, oh, they don't compete. Like, look at that hole. It's 8 feet wide by 8 feet long. And you put a fish in there that's 13 inches long, who's gonna eat the most food? But I'm gonna keep fishing. I hope you guys are enjoying coming along with this journey with me. I'm just very fortunate. I only have about an hour left to fish, and there's a few pools I want to hit before I'm done. I'm going to try another cast out there. I saw a few following it, and they're just loving that tiny little streamer. And all that thing is, I'm going to do a video on this thing if I can grab a hold of my line here. This is all the more that streamer is. It's just chenille, crystal chenille, with a marabou tail and a lead-eye head. Now you can see I decked that head today bouncing off these rocks. But that's where they are, and that's where they want to be. And that's a size 12 Lively Legs lip splitter hook, and that baby is sharp and works awesome for these fish. I love it. And as you see with that last one, I didn't have to touch him. I just flipped my net over and he came right out. I'm really hoping to get a couple more of those nice fish, but one thing about this stream, see how light the rocks are and stuff? They aren't very pretty fish. I mean, they're beautiful in their own way, but you don't see the dark and the dark tar marks and the bright orange fins on these guys. Most of them are pretty all like drab colored, so I'm gonna keep fishing and keep filming. I have to get used to fishing for these brookies. Certain sections will get you excited. See that main rip coming in there? Right in between those rocks? That fast current and then that big rock there We're probably gonna have fish laying there. But see that off section? Right where my cork handle is, right at the end of it there. There's probably a bunch of fish right there. And then as you go down through this hole, you look over here. There's fish over there too. And you see how that one run comes in off the outside of that rock? Right here. Right off to the right of that and right to the left of that. That's where food's gonna go down to them. So you have 3 really good areas to fish right there, and then that bigger run. Now in the wintertime, they may not like to be there. And then our 4th thing, at the end of the cork, that eddy. See how that water comes in and hits that rock and then circles back? If you drop your streamer over there, I almost guarantee you'll get a brook trout. You know, if you're on the right stream with a decent population. But that's the stuff I'm looking for. I didn't hit this yet, but I know that this is going to be productive right here, so we'll see what happens. My first cast is going to be right at the face of that big rock. Now I got to watch. I got to reel some line in, because you can see the canopy's a little tighter here. So I'm just going to dab this streamer out there. Try not to hit that tree up above me. I'll swing him over. Hits the water. We're a little short. And just twitch it. There's one. Nice big fish. That's a brookie too. My God. Come on, don't lose him. Oh my goodness. That is what I've been waiting for all day, fellas and ladies. That is a beauty. We're gonna get him off and get a picture, and we're good to go. And you guys just saw me pull that beautiful fish out of there. If there's one bigger in there, I'll be surprised. But that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous fish. And like I said, he was just sitting in that little pool there, watching the current. Flip it back up there. We're just lightly bringing it through, nothing in the main part. We're just bouncing off the bottom. It's only like 4 or 5 inches deep over there. They could be laying there. So I gotta reel some line back in there. Chuck them back up again. We were short on that last one. I want to get closer. Right there, money. There's a rock on the other side of it. I got hung up on that rock. But with that big one being in there, I'm not so sure we're gonna do too well now. Maybe off to the side. And that's all we're doing. We're just searching these pools. Try to be right off the edge of the seam. Bring it down through. And because that big one was in there, I'm not going to be very surprised if we don't catch any more fish. Those fish kind of chase the other fish out. Like they own that hole. But that's just how nature is with these guys. Not a lot of food, big ones survive. So we're gonna try to get off this edge a little and try to get into that eddy. I might not have enough line out. Oop, and I hit a tree. So when you if you can't do it that way, you want to change your approach and swing it out to it. Like that. We're right in that eddy. Okay, we're drifting in front of that rock. Nothing. We'll try up in our main hole again and bring it out towards the faster water. And I was just dead drifting that through there when that bigger one hit. But that fish was what I trekked for. He wasn't very colorful. Like I said, this stream doesn't have a lot of colorful brook trout in it. But I actually may. Now if I catch another one of them rainbows, we're gonna call it a day. We're running low on time. But I'm hoping these videos are, there's one. He got off. I wasn't paying attention and I hit that tree branch. That's the hardest part about using the 10-foot rod. It's not casting it, it's landing the fish before you hit it something in the canopy that makes you lose them. Now I haven't switched flies yet, and I thought about putting on a nymph. I just had one grab it. Now if you look at my setup here, I'll bring it closer. Where's my fly? Oh, it's up here. So there's my fly. I might have a foot of 4-pound fluorocarbon to my swivel and then my sighter, because these holes, even these bigger pools like this, aren't very deep. So I don't want to be, I want to be able to see my sighter just like I am right now. Now there's that rock. There's the main hole. I'm just drifting it down. I can't believe I didn't pick anything up over here, but it is what it is. I'm gonna keep fishing, and hopefully this is helping you guys out. Now, I wasn't filming when I caught this guy here. It's another beautiful, beautiful native brookie. I'm gonna get him back in, and then I'll show you where I was actually fishing when he came out and grabbed it. This water's cold. We're gonna put him in this slow water so he goes right out. Right off that rock right there. Hit where the water came in, pushed it across there, and he came over and smacked it. I got to watch him eat it. These guys are awesome. And if you haven't tried this before, I suggest you give it a shot, learn about these fish. I didn't even hit that pool over there. If you find the right stream, you can get into a great day. But the thing is, you gotta be careful this time of year. I know that the stock streams are gonna close soon, okay? People are gonna be hitting these streams that, you know, I fish most of the year round. But you gotta watch where you're stepping. Don't get into any gravel. Stay on the bank, walk from big rock to big rock, and stay on the rocks. You don't want to disrupt that stream bed. But we're gonna hit that other side over there and see if we can't get another nice brookie. I'm actually, this is the most bigger fish that I've caught on the stream in a while, which makes me very scared about what's to come next year when in the summertime. If they're gonna make it, or if the erosion's gonna get to them, or what. So my fingers are crossed, and hopefully I can help this stream out by contacting DEP to have them come in and check and make sure that. Actually just caught another really nice brookie above me here. We're gonna go ahead and get him off, put him back in the same hole we caught him, and try for another one. There's another one of those pools that I think should be pretty productive. I got this branch and this branch, so it's gonna be tough. You must have to hold your arm low to cast, hook it out there. Gotta come down through. And I'm just twitching a little bit. Nobody was home on that one. I need to get a GoPro. There's a nice flat rock up here, and I imagine they're probably laying right off of it. Try one more cast, put the camera away. Good one. Oh, missed him. I'm going to put the camera away and keep going. This little guy was voracious. Up, he swam through my net. Well guys, that'll do it for today's video. I hope some of the tips and tricks that I gave you help you. It's not really that difficult to brookie fish. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just climbed up that hill. But it's not really difficult to brookie fish. You just need a heavy fly that can get down quick because of the faster water. I like to use bright colored flies. White, chartreuse, pink. Something that they can see real fast and come over and whack it. And had a great day on this stream. Probably the most consistent bigger brookies that I've ever had on this stream. But we'll see what happens in the future with all the logging and such. Like I said, I'll never release stream names, but they're out there. You can go ahead, find one, fish it. That's what I did. You might find a stream like this where I've never even seen anyone near this fishing. And it just goes to show that they're there. Put in your time, look for them, be respectful of them. You know, a couple of those fish I had in the net for a little bit longer than what I normally would because I was filming, but they were in the water. You know, they may have been in the net sitting there while I was adjusting my how much line I had out for maybe 8 seconds, which is a little longer than I'd like, but it's not going to hurt that fish. You know, take your fly off, put them back in, get a picture if you want. I showed you how to, you know, kind of jig for them. I call it dapping. Just flick that little streamer up there and keep contact with it. That's why I like the heavy fly. Twitch it a little bit. Boom, they grab it. You saw it a couple times in the video. Now I don't have a GoPro, so I'm holding my phone right now. And in the video, I was holding my phone with one hand and fishing with the other. So maybe as this grows, I can do a little better. But for now, I think it gets a point across, and that's the only thing that matters to me. The content is what I want to sell you guys on and have you learn. It doesn't matter if it's a $5,000 camera or my iPhone. As long as you can see what I'm doing and learn from it, then I'm happy. So hopefully if you guys got out today, you got to use some of those fish handling techniques that I talked about in my podcast and a little bit in this video, which will probably drop today. But I appreciate everybody who's been sending me messages and asking me things to cover. And like I said, with this particular day, I just had maybe a 4 pound. All right, guys, you could tell that that video cut out on me. That's because my battery died, and that happens when you have your phone exposed to cold temperatures for a while. But what was really cool, and I'll include a picture of this, when I kept those holdover rainbows, I did a post-mortem analysis on their stomach contents, and those fish were loaded with cranefly larvae. And it's a funny thing because I think a lot of the cranefly larvae are coming into that stream via the runoff caused by the logging. So it's a catch-22 with the logging. You lose a lot of your canopy and such, but it really had a huge influx of the cranefly larvae in the 2 holdover fish that I kept. So the outro kind of died on me on the video, so I figured I'd film this real quick and get that out to you. But I appreciate all you guys' feedback. It seemed like a lot of people liked the little teaser video I put on Facebook. So I hope you enjoy these videos. I hope you're learning, and if you have questions, hit me up. So if you're out there fishing, tight lines, good luck.